All right, update. When I found this thing, I have to show you guys this. This is insane. All right, hey guys, Jerry from Showtime Audio. So we have this gorgeous 2001 S600. This thing is immaculate. Wait till we show you. I mean, it looks brand new, but the technology is not great. So these clients, it's actually their second time here. Now, what I didn't realize until recently is that they're from the Quad Cities, which is roughly 3 hours away from Chicago. So not only did they make that trip once, this is the second time they've made that trip. Thank you very much, Brandon and his wife who followed him this morning. The first time we did a stereo upgrade. So we upgraded the stereo to a modern CarPlay unit and added a backup camera. This second time, the vehicle is in for a remote starter, which is great right now because we are in negative digits for the temperature. We're adding a remote start with the drone applications. So they're able to start it from the original key fob as well as the drone mobile application. Now this car is on the border of being doable or not doable. So we ended up taking a couple pictures of the cylinder and reaching out to the Mid-City Engineering, the company that makes the starters. And they said it should work. And we confirmed it does work. So it's a plug and play unit. It covers this vehicle because the reason it's one of those it should work is because 2001 was a transition year. Basically what transition years are is old technology versus new technology. So the car could be using the new parts or using the old parts, and that's what determines whether it works or not. If it happens to be using the newer parts, then the interface will work because basically it's the same hardware as comes in, let's say, a 2002, which is covered. The 2002 for sure is covered. 2001, maybe. And again, maybe because it's a transition year, depending when it was built, whether it's covered or not. You may ask yourself why they drive 3 hours, right? And I asked myself that too. They said that they found us online, they saw a bunch of our videos, and they just basically, there's nobody in their area that they either feel comfortable with or that told them it's even possible. Everybody they reached out to basically said it's not possible or we've never done one, or so they were willing to make the trip up, which I'm always humbled by, because again, think about it. That's 3 hours here, 3 hours back, twice. So I asked them when I found out, they were like, well, once you find a shop or somebody that, you know, you trust and does good work, you keep going to them, right? And so super thankful. Thank you very much. So this is the original key fob. So the way this remote starter works is you press the panic button once quickly, the lights flash, the car receives the signal, turns on the ignition, starts right up. Car is running, flashes the lights to let you know that it's running. And then you can also do it with the drone app. The nice thing with the drone app, you can lock it, unlock it, pop the trunk, track it. I mean, everything from a single application. And then if you wanted to shut the car off, press it again, car dies. I mean, look at this interior, 2001. Think about that, right? We're in 2026, right? Nobody ever sat in it. I mean, the car, it's a 25-year-old car. It's an amazing car. Believe it or not, for the time, it had a lot of technology, but what it didn't have is Apple CarPlay, backup camera, none of that. So now this car does have a premium audio system. If you look at the little Bose tag there on the door. So interfacing a radio with this is very difficult. But again, what we do is we source a lot of parts from overseas. So these interfaces are not available in the States. So we order them from overseas because obviously overseas in Europe, a Mercedes is like their Ford, their Chevy, it's their car. So we order these interfaces that allow us to retain the factory Bose system. Because if you're doing it here with what's available here, you have to rewire the whole car. You have to, new amplifiers, and that becomes just an insane amount of work. And you're still kind of hodgepodging it together, where this is an actual interface which allows us to retain the factory fiber optic, the factory stereo, steering wheel controls, everything is retained. It's a new dash bezel, so this is a new dash bezel which gives us 7-inch openings so that we can add Apple CarPlay, put the car in reverse, and we added a backup camera with the guidelines. And the car now has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So they're able to use all their phone applications on the phone. And so you're still able to retain all the steering wheel controls, and all that continues to function as if it came with the car. So we added the camera here in basically what would have been the stock location if the car had came with it from the factory. So again, 2001 S600, just gorgeous, gorgeous car. This car, if anybody's old enough, has the Motorola StarTech phone, right? Look at that thing. Motorola Time Port. Now, you have to understand, this was the height of technology 25 years ago. I mean, look at that. Is that amazing or what? So basically, if the original radio was still here, this was a hands-free kit. So it allowed you to have a cellular phone in your car. You could basically dial from the screen, you can make and receive phone calls, and in essence, it used this phone, which docked right here in this little cradle, and now you could make and receive phone calls as if the car came with it. Obviously, we take that for granted now, but back then, that was huge. Mercedes-Benz, it actually works. Well, it powers up. I'm sure it doesn't work because the network is no longer online, but the phone, it's searching for a network, but the phone physically still functions.
Visit our website at showtimeaudiochicago.com.